It's all about the pizza with Jason Seitanidis, Calgary Greek-style pizza on the local connection with the Givlin Gals. Now let's get into it.
Matador Pizza, you won't want to miss out.
Welcome to the local connection with the Givlin Gals, where we unravel the secrets of successful marketing with passion and purpose. I'm Jen, your guide through the dynamic world of business strategies.
Good morning, afternoon to where you're tuning in from, and welcome back to the local connection with the Givlin Gals with Jen and Victoria, two generations of family-owned and operated business here with Jason Seitanidis, the owner and operator of Matador Pizza, the best pizza in Calgary. I will place money on it. Sitting here with us today, Jason, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. A pleasure. Thanks for the intro. I appreciate it.
I defy anybody to find better pizza. I've eaten it and now I'm kind of addicted. You guys know we're not originally from the Calgary area, but best pizza I've ever had. And if you can prove me wrong, I want to hear all about it. Jason, how did you ever get into the business?
So I kind of grew up in the business from a young kid. My father was in the pizza business as well here in Calgary. He owned a restaurant called Rome Pizza in Brentwood. So I kind of grew up in the back of a kitchen as a young kid. Yeah, I had all the glamorous jobs of cleaning out grease traps with my arm, and yeah, so I kind of fell into the business that way. Yeah.
And tell us what makes your pizza different than everybody else's.
Well, it's kind of a neat story. I feel it's neat. Calgary Greek-style pizza is what I make, and it kind of started off as Greek immigrants came over from Europe. They landed along the East Coast. New England was one spot that they had a homestead in, and they started making this heavy ciabatta style pizza. It's not exactly what we have here in Calgary today, but the base is similar. So it was a thick ciabatta, heavy toppings, and cheese on top. And that, as immigrants from New England moved west, Calgary Greek-style pizza actually found its home in a few spots. You can see it sometimes in places like Saskatchewan, a little bit in Winnipeg, like Regina, Saskatoon, and then it really found its home here in Calgary in the early 60s. And that's kind of where my style of pizza originated from. Yeah, so again, it's a heavy pan pizza, ciabatta style crust, on massive toppings, bully gooey cheese on top, baked to brown perfection, low and slow.
Low and slow. And we didn't have lunch before we started.
I know.
Yeah, well, we know where we can get to after. Yes. So low and slow, actually, as someone who's got some food sensitivities myself, and I really struggle with finding some really yummy pizza that's gluten-free. Thank you for doing that. Can you please tell us more about this journey of gluten-free pizza and the Jason? Yes. Sure.
Please. So it took me quite a while to get the current crust that we have. We tried in-house over and over and over for years to try so I'll go back up a little bit. The rules on our gluten-free pizza were it had to feel and act the same as our regular gluten pizza does. And that's where we struggled a lot, so we needed a heavy ciabatta. And we tried and tried and tried. It took us over 2 years. We brought in chefs from outside to help us as well. And we really struggled at it. We could find generic thin crust, but it never held up to the toppings of what Matador Pizza puts on the pizza. We reached out to the Celiac Society, and they actually helped us out with finding a gal named Judy. Judy G, she started a company called, obviously, Judy G Foods. She came in, she helped us out, and the crust we have currently, it holds the heavy toppings, it holds the sauce, it holds the cheese, and it bakes super. So when you lift up a piece, it had to hold. It couldn't just go and flop over like a New York style. It had to be real, it had to hold the weight.
Okay, so Calgary Greek-style pizza.
Yeah.
You just mentioned New York-style pizza.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little bit of an idea? Why not Chicago? Why not Sicilian?
Sure.
Why?
Sure.
And why have you not expanded into those other offerings?
Sure. I love the history of Calgary Greek-style pizza. Being a son of a Greek immigrant, that's where my passion lies, is in Calgary Greek-style pizza. I try to advocate for it as much as I can. I go to trade shows, when I go to pizza competitions, I'm always advocating Calgary Greek-style pizza. Much like Detroit-style pizza kind of blew up in the last few years, I hope one day that our style of pizza will blow up, and people from all over the world will say, yeah, that's a real niche, and there's a big market for it. But let's go back to the different styles. I felt that everyone's doing thin crust, everyone's doing Napoli, everyone's doing New York, everyone's doing California, Toronto. So I really like the fact that Calgary is the home of Calgary Greek-style pizza, and you don't really find it anywhere else. When I've gone to competitions and people ask, "What is this pizza?" They've never seen it, and so what you have to try it to understand it. When you describe it, people who are California fans would be like, "Oh, no." But once they eat it, we get them hooked.
Okay, so again, if you can find better pizza, we want to hear about it, but you have to go into Matador to try the pizza first, and then you can speak to it. So please, we want you to go down and see them. When you're not making pizza, what do you do?
What do I do? I'm a father, I'm a husband. I like to travel back to our home country, Greece. I spend at least a couple months a year there, traveling, I come back and forth, and that's Jason in a nutshell. Yeah, going back to rejuvenate and come back and make amazing pizza.
I love that. And it's good getting back to your roots, going back with your family. So I know this about you, but they may not, or probably do not. So tell us about this. Jason does not live off a calendar. So tell us about this philosophy and where this came from and how we can embody it into our own.
Sure. The calendar again. It's a fun.
Fascinating.
Well, I don't know if it's fascinating or extremely lazy.
No.
So about 3 years ago, I was feeling tired and just backed up, and I was using a calendar off my cell phone. And I was looking at the calendar and going, "Man, every minute of my day is filled. I got to stop this. This is crazy." So I was watching a podcast and there was an individual I really admired, and he said on that podcast that he went calendarless. He has nothing in his calendar. He doesn't keep a digital calendar. He has a calendar on his wall, but that's it. And I thought, wow, that's really impressive. I have to try this. And I did, and it was life-changing. It opened up so much time for me. Yeah, I do things that I want to do, that are important to me, and I don't have a calendar full of meetings that I don't need to be at. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's life-changing. If you try it, you're gonna love it.
Simplifying, great quality, focusing on the integrity of making sure that what you're doing is to the best of your ability, bringing it back to that family root. Beautiful.
And the things that you do provide value to you and to your business. You're not occupying your time with fluff, I guess. You're actually occupying with things that really matter to you. Yeah.
I admire you. I'm a little afraid to try that.
I would not be afraid at all.
Because I know that if it's not in my calendar, it's not real in my world. So I've taken kind of a similar philosophy. Mm-hmm. If it's in my calendar and it's not valuable or it doesn't have a message and a purpose, I shift it off to a sidebar conversation.
Right.
How have you managed without having a calendar to not miss anything? That's where my future.
Sure. I'm very lucky. I have an exceptional management team, and they do all the day-to-day. So I fill my time with things that I'm passionate about and I love doing. So people say, well, how do you remember, if we have a meeting today, how do you remember? I said, well, if it's important to me, I'll be there. If I'm not there, I apologize, but it wasn't. So it fills your time with the things that you really want to do.
I lay intentional. Yeah, very intentional.
Yeah.
All right, now, when people want to come and have pizza with you, where would they find you? How do they find you?
Well, we're in the community of Varsity, which is in Northwest Calgary. We are located at 4625 Varsity Drive Northwest. We're kitty corner from Market Mall. You can reach us at matadorpizza.com. That's in a nutshell. I guess social media, LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on, what am I missing? Instagram.
Fantastic, Jason. We need to say thank you so very much.
My pleasure.
For being here today. It has been absolutely fantastic, and you're pushing me to try something that I might not do normally. I will try to see if I can lessen my calendar.
Try it for a week.
Okay.
And it's funny. You'll remember because it's valuable to you. So you will remember, trust me.
Well, remember, we'll have maybe a mastermind session at Matador Pizza, and all of us are scrapping our digital
I would love to see everybody get rid of that.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
That's awesome.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Local Connection. Remember, implement those marketing gems and watch your business soar. I'm Jen, signing off with inspiration. Until next time.